Hi, could we have you introduce yourself and the role you play in your organization?
Sure. My name is Piyush Bhargav. Basically, I head product management and marketing for the homeshop18.com as a business.
Okay.
Basically, we are one of the largest retailers in this country.
Okay.
And we are seeing a lot of growth in this space now. You would have seen that over $300 to $400 million have got invested.
Right.
There are a lot of sites trying to build their horizontal business now.
Right.
We are one of the bigger guys.
Okay.
There are three challenges that we are facing currently. One is, how do we become more cost effective? Because today what is happening is there's a lot of discounting, there's a lot of value that is being given to the end consumers.
Right.
But it's delighting the consumers per se, but the cost structure is really not up to mark basically. So companies have to figure out how do they scale their businesses in a profitable manner. That's one. Two, I think, is the ecosystem that the country faces as such. I mean, the last mile connectivity and the supply chain is yet to be, hashed out. So there are nuances around that. So there are companies like ours who are building their own teams now. We have a team delivering feet on street, basically delivering to over 35 cities now. So that's a good thing, and we are seeing, economies of scale coming in. And the third thing is the consumer habit, which is now, so we fundamentally believe that e-commerce has reached critical mass, and that's the reason why so much investment has happened. So we are trying to offer consumers a lot of variety. We are trying to offer where it is not available, more in B and C class towns. So today, if you want to see a gamut of categories, and within a category you want to see a gamut of brands,
Right.
that's not available in any of B and C class towns, where there is hardly any physical retail
Right.
in a very scalable fashion. So we offer that variety, we offer that breadth of brands, and
Okay.
we are seeing a lot of traction happening there.
Okay.
So fundamentally, India has changed quite a bit in the last, decade or so. The disposable income and the middle class has really become very, very big.
Right.
So we are here to, kind of grow and, take it to the next level.
Okay. Nice. And if there are any three takeaways for the audience from this session or the conference, what would you say?
Yeah, so one is, I was there in the Nokia presentation. So I think there are lots of consumers who are going to actually move to mobiles per se, which means that the point of access for internet will be mobile. That will become bigger than desktop or PC or laptop access. Second thing is, I think there will be a shortage of time. So people have to actually figure out where do they want to spend their time, because already we are seeing that. I mean, for example, we are talking about social media. And
Right.
today everybody has 450 friends
Yeah.
or plus,
Yeah.
in that manner. So it's very difficult to kind of really keep track. So one has to become choosy on where he spends time. Third thing is that there is a variety of choice. So we have also spoken about integrated planning, integrated video planning per se.
Right.
So today the consumer is becoming the king because he has the choice to go to the media where he's more comfortable with. So for example, as an internet marketer, I hardly watch television. Actually, I watch more of YouTube or more of things that I want to really do.
Correct.
So rather than being, system driven, basically it is now consumer driven. So, and you can consume media at whatever time you want. Basically when you have idle time, when you are in a car or when you are in a flight and when you are at the airport and all of that.
Right.
So those things are changing fundamentally.
Okay.
And so these are the three key takeaways basically, that's what I would say.
Okay, thanks. And what do you think is the future of brands becoming content providers?
Yeah, so so that has started to happen in a very small fashion. So let me just give you an example. For example, in China, there's a very big online brand called Wankel. So that has now started to happen in India as well. Today, what is happening is there are online brands getting launched, okay, and they are getting built in a very cost-efficient manner, targeting the right TG, okay, obviously avoiding the wastage that a traditional media does, right?
Correct.
So that is beginning to show some traction, and the proof of the pudding is also in the fact that these are now getting funded. There are several online brands which have got multiple rounds of funding now.
Yeah.
So that is beginning to happen. Secondly, the brands or the physical brands that always existed are now connecting back to the consumer and actually figuring out what is it that the consumer wants from them versus the other way around,
Right.
which has always been the case traditionally. So, for example, there's a big brand who's trying to figure out, what is the kind of improvement they can do on their product offerings, on the services, right? And there are brands who want to connect and want the consumer to be loyal. So they are actually offering online help. They are always there on Twitter, Facebook, and all of that. So a lot of time, brands are really spending online to be sure of the fact that there is no negative stuff happening for their brand, to be sure of the fact that what they launch going forward is in line with what the consumer expects.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks. It was a pleasure.
Thanks for your time.